Hey guys, WCMB here, round number one. Let me bring in my special guest here, one of our favorite announcers in the whole entire world. Skip Ransom, how's it going, buddy?
Good, buddy. Nice to see you. Outstanding round we had today. Round number one is over. The nerves are kind of gone. They knocked that little chip off their shoulder. They kind of know what they're dealing with today. As far as the finals goes, these guys know the rest of the week, the climb up that hill to become the world champions in 2023 for the WCMB. It got real this morning at 9 o'clock. We got started with the walk-trot. In the walk-trot, I did not think we were going to ride that many bulls. Now, I got to tell you, they rode, out of 47, they rode 38 bucking bulls this morning in the walk-trot. It's just a fantastic round. You know, such a great opportunity for the kids that are under 5 years old to get their start in bull riding, and they come all the way up. We bucked all the way up to the junior minis today. In the walk-trot, though, why don't you tell the folks kind of how the walk-trot played out, the top three guys in that deal. Some great rides in there. I don't know how it's going to shake up come Friday, but right now, the top three guys on that book, I think that they might end up in the top three come Friday as well.
Yeah, so let's go to number 3 on the list. That's Raiden Davey. Now, I'll tell you, when you talk about the walk-trot, I know it's just a walking trot, but let me tell you, this bull, he got up on the front end. Kid sat very dead center. I really thought it was a really good ride. He handled it really great. What did you see from your angle?
I mean, I'm up above there. I have a whole different perspective. I can't really see how high those bulls are jumping and how hard they're kicking. From my perspective, it all looks about the same on the horizon. You know, they're just kind of riding out through there. But nonetheless, those kids have to put out effort for what they are getting on and their age and their ability. Physically, I think that it's a great opportunity. Those kids, and like you said, he got on a bull that kind of had a little more action, I think, than he expected him to. In that walk-trot, I saw a lot of bulls go out there and stop. Now, something I think that you guys should be aware of, they only get a re-ride when that bull bucks in the walk-trot.
It breaks that plane.
Opposite in the bull riding, where if the bull stops, you get a re-ride. But in the walk-trot, it's kind of a gimme, given that those kids are so little, they're just starting alone. So a great opportunity there for that third place guy. He's in the average. Yep. He's got points on the board. He's moving on to round 2 in good shape.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because let's go to the number 2 guy on your list, and that's going to be Dawson LeBlanc. Now, I'm going to tell you, from my angle, from where I was sitting in the center alleyway, this bull got really high on the front end. He never did break that plank. He had a really good seat. And I tell you, he gave a lot of action.
Well, that little Louisiana kid, you know, he bared down and made a ride today on a bull that I think he expected to kind of be a little bit more even ride, and that bull's kind of out of line, and he still got in the road, which is why he ended up in the top 2 today this morning. If you go to the number 1 guy, though, you go to the number 1 rider here, that is going to be Morant. Yes. He is a house on fire right now. That little kid's been riding good all year long. I've followed him a little bit this summer. He's been riding really good. He comes into the finals. He rides his first one, gets the first place out of the way. He's going to get a buckle tonight in the buckle ceremony and put himself in a position to now be leading the average going into round 2, which we'll see those kids again on Thursday morning.
But we kind of expected that, because he told us last night when he got his back number, he was coming to take it all.
Yeah, so he said, I'm here to win. And speaking of walk-trot contenders and champions, we also are going to give away a round bull. So the bull that the round winner rode and won on, that's going to go to Chaser Shauna KC K91 Punchy. Turns in that winning score for our young man there in round number 1, the walk-trot. Now, if you move on to the peewees, those kids get a little bigger. The bulls get a little bit more agitated, I guess you'd call it. That's a terrible word to use. They get a little more action.
A little more action.
Call it agitated. They're always agitated, right? The bucking bulls. And so, and probably married. So they go and these kids get a little bit bigger, a little more action. And we see a little bit higher scores coming in here. The winning ride in this round was 10 points higher than it was in the walk-trot. So as we go through there, we look at the number 3 guy.
Let's talk about Waylon Cooley.
Waylon Cooley. That kid had a great ride today.
Man, I'll tell you, when we talk about Waylon Cooley, here's a kid that come in here on fire, was riding everything he said on during the season. You know, we knew something special was going to happen.
Well, when you come to the World Finals, too, you know, it's a clean slate. Everybody's back at 0. And so when you get here, you're not expected to maintain that same energy through the year. In fact, you have to ramp it up. You've got to make sure that what you're doing in the World Finals arena is not what you did all year. It's a level above that. And I think at a young age, those kids can make their way mentally to do that. It's impressive to watch.
Absolutely. And now let's slide to that Florida kid, Oakley Stallhut. We call him the kid with 12-pack abs. And I'm going to tell you, I've watched this kid all season long. Every bull he's got on, he's covered. He ain't been bucked off one time. He brings all that energy and all that fire when he comes to the World Finals. Skip, talk about it. You saw it.
I mean, he's an athlete. You know, you can tell when he gets into buck and shoot, he's really kind of figuring out, hey, I need this bull here, where, and that is a, we're talking about young kids at this point, and they're still making those decisions based off of what they see on TV, what they see at the pro rodeo level, and they emulate that. And so I think that kid mentally, he's probably going to be unstoppable the rest of the week. He knows he can ride him now, so
absolutely.
Other kids better hang with Hamilcock because he's coming.
Yeah, but let's slide up here to that number 1 spot. Let's talk about a little about Tyler Williams.
I don't know if Tyler knew he was going to win the round today. I don't think he came in here thinking confidently that he was going to win the round. When he got on his bull, he's a little hesitant to leave the buck and shoot. He didn't really love the fact that bull is leaning a little bit on him.
Absolutely.
But sometimes that's bull riding, and perseverance is what's going to get you to that next level. He kind of made a cowboy move in that buck and shoot. His dad said, hey, you got to go. He went, ends up winning the round and paid off for him. Turns in a 66.5-point ride on Blake Skaggs' Ghost.
Absolutely.
Turns in a winning score on a bull that I haven't seen all summer long. The last time that I saw that bull was probably early spring, and kid rode him dead easy. Wasn't quite 66.5 on him, but did turn in a good ride. So good job to Blake Skaggs bringing in that winning bull there in round number 1.
Absolutely, and to his discretion, that bull could get down and get it right.
And for a Pee-wee bull, I think he fits just right. There was some talk about maybe bulls being too ranked, not being ranked enough in both the Walk-trot and the Pee-wee divisions. But it turns out that the kids that step up at the finals and they level up, they're getting them rode, and it's no problem for them.
By saying that, let's take it all the way up to the junior mini style, okay? We're talking about a cowboy, his father, PBR bull rider. Most of you guys at home know who he is. He's been to the World Finals multiple times. We're talking about Gage Gay's son. We're talking about Bentley Gay. This cowboy can get it done.
Listen, Bentley has been around bull riding since before he was born. He knows bull riding better than he knows anything else. His dad was always the kind of guy, kind of quiet, kind of reserved, but always made jam-up bull rides. He let the riding do the talking. He didn't really have much to say outside the arena. I've known Gage for a long time, and I don't think we've said probably 20 words to each other. But when it comes to his kid, Bentley, he's got a little bit more of his mom in him. He likes to talk a little bit and hang out. But he's also, kind of reserved. And when it comes to game day, he knows, hey, I got to do this thing, and it's got to be for real. Watching him start as a 5-year-old kid and then come up here to the junior minis, it turns out that when your dad's a bull rider, that sometimes has an effect on how you perform in your age class. And he held the number 1 spot for the last 3 guys in the round. It wasn't like he went out there and everybody was falling off. He went out there, he rode after almost 80% of the pool had ridden, turns in a 63-point ride. I thought that was going to win the round.
I did too.
Until we get to the next 2 guys in line, and they just, I think they had the bull power. I think their bulls had a little bit more consistency. They were a little bit, more ranked. But I think that if Bentley gets on one of those other 2 bulls or a bull like that style, he'll also turn in a winning ride and has the potential to win around later on in the week. So.
Absolutely. He's got a lot of grit that most cowboys do.
Pretty tough.
But let's slide up here to now this cowboy, Lane Murphy. Now, I've watched this kid for the last 4 years come out here to Mesquite, tear it up, and now he's sitting second in the average, and I believe he turned in a 69 score. Now,
when I watched that kid go, I didn't really think that I'm probably going to get hate for this, I didn't think that score was warranted on that ride. I think he should have been somewhere in the neighborhood of 65 or 67. But watching it back, and I watched it from a different angle. I watched it from the arena floor level. It turns out that bull did have a lot more action, and he fixed himself up, made a 69-point ride. If he would have ridden that bull square, now mind you, that bull had a lot of up and down, a lot of buck, a lot of kick. A lot of kids don't like him. He's a bull from Bryson Culpeper, and they don't like getting on him because he's so kicky. But here's the thing: if you can ride that jump, that kick's going to set you up for the next one, right? And if that kid would have rode him square, I think you're looking at a 90-point ride. Unfortunately, he did the day money drag. He got paid. He finished second. When you can ride a bull that way and be second, I think it speaks volumes to the bucking bull. So good job, Culpepper, on racing good.
Yeah, we're talking about Bryson Culpepper's bull. This is a bull that hadn't been ridden very much. I mean, a lot of kids have tempting, not many covers, so kudos to you, Lane.
And they don't like getting on him. I mean, that's a bull that when you look at him, you don't like getting on him because of what he does. When you see a bull get really high in the air in the front end and then really kick and snap over, you don't want to be getting on that bull. As a little boy, you're like, man, I don't know about that. But when you get on him and you see your buddy riding, then it makes it later on in the week when we see that bull again on Thursday or Friday in the short round. I bet you there's going to be a little bit more grit coming on when they get on that bull. So it'll be fun to watch.
Now let's slide up to the cowboy, which I thought he had a little bit higher score than what I just saw. But let's talk about the cowboy, Wild Willie Wally.
Man, I tell you, when I watched Wild Willie in Midland, Texas earlier this year in April at a qualifying event, I mean, I watched him get on 6 bulls in one day. He got on 4 reride bulls and then 2 regular round bulls and rode all of them. And I thought then, I was like, man, that kid is tough. You know, he's got long hair, he's kind of wild, his shirts are wild. But when it comes down to business, the kid goes out there, gets on a bull that goes out there kind of long, 2 or 3, and then ends up coming around right there into his hand at the end of that ride, last 2 or 3 seconds. And what is with him? He gets his leg up there and starts spurring on him. So I think we're looking at a kid that's a little bit mature for where he's at in his riding. I think he's really leveled up. He knows where he needs to be in the middle of those bulls' backs. And I mean, paid off today, 74 points. He wins the round. And he wins the round on a bull. Another chase or shot of bucking bull, K27 Cracker. That bull there. I mean, I think as a junior mini bull, that bull there was probably the best bull in the pen outside of the second place guy that we saw.
Oh, yeah.
If that bull had a little more turn back, he probably would have been ranking. But to win the round on a bull that turns back as you're getting older and leveling up, I mean, that's kind of what you want. You're building confidence. And Wild Willie, that guy right there has all the confidence in the world. Not only to win the round tomorrow, or Thursday as well in the semifinals, but I think, I'm going to pick him right now, I think he wins the whole deal and goes home world champion after 2023.
Yeah, and that's a really great pick because anytime Wild Willie Walling is in the building, he's coming home for that covenant buckle. I mean, I've seen it year after year. Not very many bulls can throw him off, so that's a good pick. But I'm probably going to stick with my guy, Bentley Gay. Now, that's going to be a gritty match between these top 3 competitors all entire week. So we can talk about the rest of them, but let's go with these 3.
You know, I think that there's probably a handful of guys that are down on that list that didn't score as high today, that didn't quite have the bull power. I think when you look at that group overall, the junior mini pen of bulls, it was a little bit sporadic as far as evenness goes, and so I think the guys that are rolling on that list as far as score goes, wait till Thursday. Those kids are going to have round 2.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to knock it out of the park, and they're going to get on something much more harder. I think that top 3 changes dramatically when we get later on in the week.
Absolutely.
But a great first round. Round 1 is over for us here at the WCMB World Finals. We're about to head inside to a buckle presentation. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll be back in the arena. And then after that, tomorrow night, we'll be right back here for round number 2 recaps. We'll see you guys later. Thank you. We are going to get started with our buckle ceremony here tonight as we get ready to walk trot our way through our champions here in round number 1. That's 3 checks for me. You're so generous. All right, guys, I'm going to call you guys up here in order, starting from the bottom, going to the top. All right, so we will start in order in the walk trot from our lowest paying position up to first place. There's a tie for 6th. That tie for 6th is going to go to Grayson Nichols and Gunnar Callahan in the walk trot. That's 6th place money for those kids. Which one are you, Grayson? You're Grayson Nichols. That's your check, cowboy. Good job this afternoon. On winning. Hey, wait, you're not done. You got to come over here and get a picture. You got to make sure you hold it up right, facing the right way. There you go. Those are your top 6 right there in our walk trot here this round number 1. Congratulations, guys. Way to go. As we go now to our 5th place, that is going to go to Tayden Buff. Is that Trayton? That should be Trayton Buff. 5th place, money, top 5 in round 1. He's making his way. He got little legs, we'll have to wait for him. I'll tell you, the walk trot is probably one of my favorite events to announce and watch. It is hilarious to watch those little kids get on those bulls, and they put out the effort like they're trying to win the world title, which they are here this week, and we appreciate it. You got to stand right there and take a picture. Turn the check around. There you go. You gonna buy Mom a new house with that check or what? All right, as we get ready to go to our 4th place, this will be our top 4 guy. This is Bridger Beatty, 4th place here in round number 1. Bridger, did you make it? No? All right, we'll take his check back to Bridger. Now we're in our top 3. These guys right here, we talked about them on our post show. We kind of highlighted
that they had stuck out here as the top 3 riders. In 3rd place in round 1, that'll go to Raiden Davey. Raiden Davey, 3rd place. All right, buddy, take your check. Stand up there nice and straight in front of that guy. He'll take your picture. He was kicking them with both feet all the way to the outgate, that guy today. As we go to number 2, 2nd place in round 1, Dawson LeBlanc from Louisiana. Dawson, did you have a pickleball game or something? What happened? All right, here you go, buddy. Hold that up right. Let him take a picture of you. Number 2 in round 1. All right. Now this guy right here, he had the very best ride in the Walk-trot division here this morning. One of my favorite names, Diesel Moron. All right, buddy, we're going to ask you to stay up here once you get a picture with your buckle and your check, okay? We're going to bring Mr. Chase Hershada up here as he had the bucking bull that got that kid to the championship in round 1, K91 Punchy. Good job, Chase. Round 1 winner. And the bucking bull in the Walk-trot for round number 1 belongs to KC Bucking Bulls there and Chase Hershada. Congratulations to both of you. Good job, Cowboy. We will see you again on Thursday, all right? Take that money and take that buckle on home, buddy. As we get ready to go to the Pee-wees were, oh, one more stat that I forgot to mention in the Walk-trots. They rode 36 out of 47 Walk-trot bulls today, so that might be the highest riding percentage of any bull riding I've been to in my life. That was an insane amount of bulls got rode. That percentage goes way down the older you get, by the way. You can go to a bull ride now, there'll be 40 guys entered, 2 will show up, and 1.5 will ride. It'll be insane. All right, in 6th place here in the Pee-wees, that's going to go to Mr. Brantley Ledoux. I thought that was him. Is that him? Oh, I'm like, he's coming? No, he's not coming? All right. Well, we'll hold this check there. We'll get it to him here soon enough. In 5th place, round number 1 for the Pee-wees, Trace Corsi. There's Trace. There he is. Trace, you knew you were getting money. You dressed up. Wore your nice coat. Make sure you stand there, bud. Take a picture of you. Yeah, congratulations on your top 5 finish. There is a tie for 3rd, 4th. That is going to be Cash DeZonia from Arizona and Waylon Cooley. Cash got on a re-ride bull here this morning, made it work out for him, ended up with a top 3 finish here in round number 1. Congratulations, you guys. There you go, Cash. Stand together like, there you go. Let me get a picture of you.
There you go. All right, big smile. Big smile, Wade.
Congratulations, young man. Way to go in round number 1. So we go to our 2nd place money here in the Pee-wee division, Oakley Stall Huts. There he is, he's coming. It's all right, Oakley. I got little legs too, but it takes me forever to get anywhere. Oakley Stall Hut, congratulations, bud. 2nd place in round 1 of our Pee-wees. All right, your number 1 man in round 1 in the Pee-wees, that's going to go to Tyler Williams, 66.5-point ride. He made that ride aboard Blake Skaggs' 190 Ghost in round number 1. So Blake, if you can come up here, sir. Congratulations, young man. Way to go on your 1st place win in round number 1.
Sexy.
Good job right there. Congratulations to Blake and also to our winner there in round 1 of our Pee-wees. Now we're going to go to the Junior Minis. Junior Minis, these guys here, I thought that was a pretty even pen of Junior Mini bulls. There was one kid, he finished 2nd in this round. And if he would have stayed in the middle of that bull's back and he would have stayed square, we would be having a different conversation who wins first tonight. but it worked out in favor of Wild Willie. We'll get to him in a little while. But as we get ready to play, I think 8 holes in that deal, yes? Playing 8 spots here in the junior minis. There's a tie for 7-8. It'll be Gage Harris and Jackson Goins. Only one of them? You want both checks? No? Which one are you, Gage? Congratulations, bud. Right there, take a picture there in the middle. Your 7th place winner in round 1 is going to go Chase Singleton. Good job, Chase. Way to go, buddy. Turn that around there. He'll get a picture of you here in just a second. We will see you again Thursday morning. There's a tie for 5th, 6th. He's going to go to Ryder McCowan and Braden Kurtz. These guys right there took it away. Here they come together. Were you guys getting in trouble over there? Shaking your heads. I know you're getting in trouble. I know both of your dads. Ryder, Braden, good job, guys. Make sure you stand there and turn your check around and get a picture. Congratulations there on your top 5 finish in round 1. The next guy we're talking about was last year's world champion. In 4th place, round 1, how about William Buff? Where are you, Will? Here he comes. World champ last year, getting money in round 1 this year. He's going to probably be an issue all week long as we get through rounds 1, 2, and 3. Congratulations there. 3rd place money, which I thought this kid was going to hold out to the end and win this round. I really did. I thought that he had an outstanding ride, really, truly gritted out one. For 3rd place in round 1, Bentley Gay. You're no stranger to being on the stage, are you, huh, Bentley? Look at you there. 3rd place in round 1. Congratulations to the Manzi, North Dakota kid. 2nd place in round 1 is going to go to a young man that I just talked about. If he would have sat in the middle of this bucking bull, we're talking about a completely different round winner here this week, here today. I think this week this kid's going to be a formidable force for sure. In 2nd place, round 1, Lane Murphy. Lane, you look like you came here to pick up a check, but with that shirt, look at that right there. All the money in the world right there. As we get ready to talk about Wild Willie Walling, the #1 man in round 1 here, the junior minis. There's not too many guys in the world that, well, we'll just say that God broke the mold with you, Willie. Come on up here, bud. 74 points in round 1, and the winner. Round 1 here at the World Finals. Congratulations, young man. A buckle, a silk shirt with your name on it, and a 1st place check. Oh, you want to say something? Hey, Val?
Hey, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Chase for being a good bull. All I had to do was hang on for 8 seconds.
There you go, right there. We're going to get Chase up here for another picture. What happened, Chase? You don't have a sport coat like Blake? That man looks like he owns all the cows in Texas.
He lives in Mexico.
All right, Chase. Take your picture right there with the champ. We will see you again in round 2, buddy. Good job. Congratulations. Once again, congratulations to you as well, Chase. All right, guys. Round 1 is in the books. The nerves are out of the way. We know what happens the rest of the week, right? We wake up sore tomorrow, but even more hungry for round 2. I'm so proud of all of you. Congratulations to all of our winners in round #1. Get some rest, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. sharp. 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you.